Hey, my name's Parker. I live in Wichita, Kansas. 24 years old. And this is my car. 2001 Honda Accord Coupe EX. It's currently taking the car apart, painting the car, or getting it prepped for paint. Doing door jams, trunk jams. Last year, kind of just threw the car together, threw some wrap on it, and it was enough for me to enjoy it. But this year is gonna be different. I want it to be a lot cleaner. Definitely my next step after paint is focus on the interior. Get it a lot more cleaner, just a lot more mixture of OEM plus and comfortable, luxurious. Just be able to clean it up and present it at car shows a little bit more. Last year, like I said, it was comfortable. Everything felt good. Did some road trips in it and stuff like that. Had no complaints, but next year, kind of want to take it to the next step interior-wise, get some one-off pieces. And motor-wise, it's a factory motor ordered through JDM Motor of Chicago. Had around 50,000 miles supposedly when I got it. Put it in. Haven't had an issue since. Just simply changed the oil and go, and haven't had any issues. It is a manual swap from another 2001 Honda Accord. It had as a parts car. Swapped that all over, wiring harness, stuff like that to clean it up. Raised the motor about 1.5 inches. Overall, good, healthy motor running car. I would drive that thing cross country if the tires would last. For the most part, I don't have to pop that hood unless I'm changing my oil or putting my bumper on. And I do enjoy that part about having a stance car. Most people, when they see them, they think, oh, that thing's broken down. So the last thing I want to do is have to pop my hood in the middle of public just to get my car going or make it to the next place. Suspension wise, I'm on Godspeed Mono SS coilovers, nothing fancy. I do have Honda Civic extended top hats, re-drilled holes for the top hats to mount up. I do have Swift Springs 3230, front to rear. Uppers have been cut and extended, lowers have been cut and extended, tie rods cut and extended, forks cut and extended. Or shortened, sorry. But overall, that's the main things I've done suspension wise. I do have a fuel cell set up, got all the tucked lines inside the cab rather than underneath them. Tucked all the brake line, all the fabrication stuff I was talking about suspension wise. I did forget to plug in, but that is done by Zach, aka Dumpy Hardbody on Instagram. But overall, those two people have helped me, with my fabrication, welding, stuff like that, just to get this car the way it is. So we're back. It's been a while. Lots changed with the car. It's in one piece, one color. I know I left off thanking people, but I do want to reach out to Nor. He helped me every step of the way in the painting process. If it wasn't for him, obviously I would have had to do a lot more research, but he was able to guide me to what to buy, what to do, and we were able to get the car sprayed with Tropical Glitz paint, Tropical Glitz flake, and just some European clear. I don't know exactly all of it, but got a lot more flick than I thought it would. Nor did do a pinstripe on the side, which I was iffy on, but over time it's grown on me a lot. Yeah, so what we have now is what I've been working on. So since we got the car painted, there's a lot of things I did in the process before getting it painted. Before I didn't have fender flares up front. The fenders never bolted up on the bottom half of the fender. We arced them, got matching flares from the rear off of eBay, welded them on, has it molded into the front and rear bumpers to continue the arc. I did clear the back end for turning on the front. Took off all the visors, really just tried to clean the car up a lot, get rid of all the accessories, the extra shit. People in the car seat, people always tell you less is more, and in this case I tried to go a little less but try to stay tasteful at the same time. I did add some rear bumper canards rather than putting a rear lip on. The year before I was running 98 bumper, they're a lot shorter and
rear. I got the 2001 rear bumper, 2002 rear bumper. Comes down a lot more straighter, 90-degree turn. And I added flares or little canards to the bottom of them. Got the push button releases up in the rear, ditched them in the front. Just run straight zip ties for right now. And have the lip at my house that matches the side skirts. Obviously with the car just being painted, I got Gatlinburg coming up beginning of October. I'm trying to keep everything somewhat clean for it, but obviously I want workout is king, so we're driving it this weekend to see how things go before obviously I go 14 hours away, different state, and have issues. But everything's been going good so far. Get 2 new tires before GAT, and overall it's doing pretty good. We'll move on to the inside and start working on the interior, getting the audio figured out, figuring out color combinations to do with the interior. And right now just trying to keep things clean, simple. I still want it to look like an OEM Honda Accord, but at the same time have its tasteful add-ons. Compared to the following year, like I said, I just had a lot of eBay bolt-on pieces and just extra stuff that I decided to leave in the past, move forward, try to keep things clean this time. But obviously a stance car, how long is clean? And as long as you're driving, it's just gonna get fucked up. But it's part of the game. You just take the car, fix it again, on to the next chapter. It is one of those things, I don't know. I've had this car since high school, so it's not like a normal vehicle to most people. It's something that's stuck with me, and so it's moved in every step that I've progressed and learned in automotive. The car's moved forward every step of the way with that knowledge and the people that I know and have met. But obviously, if I was still where I was at, didn't learn much, didn't know the people I knew, the thing would still be automatic, have 250,000 miles, blown motor. Things would not. I wouldn't be where I'm at because I've never had a final destination in game plan. It's always just year by year. If I want to change something, it's change it, do it. I mean, if there's something you want to do, go do it. Don't wait on it. Even if the funds aren't there, you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? But it's been a long journey. It is cool seeing it all in one color, all together. Always had an idea of what I wanted the car to look like, but obviously there's a lot that goes into that. And now that everything's kind of done, buckled up, it's cool to be able to actually breathe, relax, and enjoy the car. And hopefully start taking it to shows where people can come see it. Maybe even you watching this, you can see it. But it all depends on future funds, future everything. Make sure truck's good, trailer's good. But I would like to start hitting more shows up, showing everybody what I have produced. There's a lot of people I want to thank in the process of obviously the car. I've had the car since high school, so I'd love to name every single person that's helped me learn, progress on the way. I remember when it came down to my first coilover, having to call Nor because my rear bolt wouldn't come out. We air hammered it, him and Marco. I could name people from 2014 all the way till now, and it's a long journey, but I do want to thank, my parents. There were a lot of times where this was my daily driver, and I had to go to work the next day. I didn't even know if the fucker ran, you know what I mean? I had to get it going, and there were times where, they'd lose hope, tell me, hey, you should probably sell it, hey, you should move forward, but I never, like I said, had an end goal, so I could never say, oh, this is what I want to look like, this is what I want. But over time, mom, dad, they really jumped on the train, they really supported me. Everything down to dad, giving me the extra garage space in the house, to mom, let me borrow a car trailer, just go do something, or I break down, she'd be there. I like to thank Nor Razak. He's done a lot paint-wise. Just overall, he's helped me a lot. My friend Kyler behind the camera, he's helped me a lot. By the way, like body work, everything. I mean, there's so many people I can thank. It's so hard to sit there and name everyone. Jessica, my girlfriend, she's helped me, pushed me. There are times where I don't know what's going on, I don't know what I'm doing. Putting my stress on her. The fact that it's both of them, we can kind of just breathe, relax, and we can know that we're gonna make it to the next show type of thing, rather than stressing if things will be done by then or not. There's a lot of people I think. Robert, Zach, man, there's a lot of people that have had their hands or have touched it or have done something with the vehicle, and there's a lot of people I wish I had a whole booklet I could tell you everybody, but there's some of the first names that pop up to mind. There were times during body work I didn't know I was going to, before all the pain, before wrap, I didn't know I was going to do it with my car. Robert let me put it in his garage for months and just let me sand and work on it. Yeah, there's been a lot of people that have reached out and helped me, because if I was on my own, this thing would never been now. It would have been years from now. It would take me forever to figure things out. But luckily, I've got a good team behind me. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate the sport. It's one of those things that building a car can tear you up mentally, physically, and there are times that like you get down, but like overall, once it's done, you can sit back and breathe. That's like the ultimate relaxation point. You can just sit there and enjoy it, talk to your friends about your work. I appreciate everyone that showed up to the color reveal. There's just situations like that where it's cool knowing I have a family that can support me here, or a team of family members that can help me if I need something, or they're here to support me. It's cool knowing I've got that. You know what I mean? Without that, I don't know where this thing would be right now. One thing throughout the whole life of the car, I do want to thank Out of Luck, Robert. Without them, that's family, you know what I mean? They're the people that never want to support me. If I got a problem, I go to my group chat, I bitch, complain, moan, and they always seem to either make it better or give me some kind of thought process, way to figure things out. Without the team, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where I'd be without this. I don't know where I'd be without them, but I'm glad I have them. I'm glad I'm a part of that. I just want to say thank you, Out of Luck.
Do la mia pace, non guardare i nostri peccati ma alla fede della tua Chiesa, e donale unità e pace secondo la tua volontà, tu che vivi e regni nei secoli dei secoli.
Amen.
La pace del Signore sia sempre con voi.
E con il tuo spirito.